Hey, we'll go ahead and start this off. If I could, would you please say your first and last name and then tell me your position with MoDOT?
Yes, it's Chris Brownell. Um, I'm the Jefferson City Project Office resident engineer.
Resident engineer. Okay. We got the press release today coming up about this project. If you could, though, for a viewer that doesn't have this press release, could you kind of just talk about the project in general that's about to happen?
Right. The Highway 54 and 63 river bridges right there in Jeff City over the Missouri River, they're going to get some maintenance rehabilitation. The eastbound 54 and 63 project is going to get a new wearing surface and a deck seal, as well as some concrete deck repairs. And additionally, there'll be some substructure, some pier repairs underneath that eastbound bridge. On the westbound bridge, it's going to receive nothing on the top. It's going to just receive some substructure concrete repairs on the piers and also some epoxy coating of the substructure as well.
Awesome. And forgive me for not mentioning this. I'm on a desktop computer. I'm not actually one of our reporters. I do our newscast, but I can facilitate interviews and stuff, and this will be in the newscast. But I don't have a webcam on my computer, so it'll just be my voice. Forgive me for that.
Okay.
I wanted to get a little more specific about the project, exactly what's happening on Monday. I know there's not supposed to be any traffic impacts, but it talked about substructures, and I think you kind of touched on those. For a person that's not familiar with this, can you, as if you're talking to a kindergartner or somebody that's not that savvy with this stuff, what are substructures?
Right. The substructure is everything beneath the bridge that you cannot see from the roadway. So there are big concrete piers coming out of the ground, and that's what we're going to work on. We're going to try to replace some of the failing concrete there, knock it off, and then put new concrete back in its place just to gain some more life on the substructure of that project of the bridge.
Awesome. I understand that this is supposed to extend the life of both bridges there. Can you give me, are you guys, what's the window there of extension, I guess? Excuse me, I'm sorry. How many more years do you expect to get?
That I don't have that exact information what the design life is. Generally, when we put just a wearing surface or this new wearing surface on the deck, and we're repairing the substructure and the piers, you're hoping to get maybe 30 to 50 years at least out of that or more.
All right, thank you. My next question is, I understand that the traffic is not supposed to be impacted quite yet, but there are nightly lane closures and ramp closures that are expected to start. Do you kind of have a time frame or a ballpark window when drivers should expect those?
Yeah, the ballpark for those traffic impacts will be on the eastbound bridge only. That will be at night. We do have some westbound on the land side over there on the Holt Summit side of the bridge, but between May and June is the tentative schedule. There's about 70-day window that we're going to allow them to close a lane at night from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. And the work also has to be done by August 1st. And this is just the work on the deck itself that'll be closing lanes at night, 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. And we're tentatively thinking May and June.
Sounds good. I know traffic, well, I don't know this, is speculative on my part, but I suspect traffic is down at night, but with it being at night probably makes it all the more dangerous for your crews out there. What do you ask for folks down in that area that are either passing through or living through there and their travels, for whatever reason, takes them through that work zone once those closures start? Is there anything you guys ask from drivers?
Just to be attentive. I mean, that's the one thing we see in MoDOT work zones most of the time is the lack of attention, whether it be a phone or whatever it is that takes your attention away from the road, especially at night. So we will have some strategic, lights out there. We have all our work zone signs. We'll have them, the retro reflective, so they're going to show up really well. And I will engage the law enforcement to have them out there as well, just as a safety precaution to make sure the speeding's down, and their presence just brings a little bit more tentativeness to the work zone. So that's really, we just want drivers to pay attention, and the traffic counts shouldn't be that bad, so they should be able to get through across the bridge just fine. And we're going to get this done as soon as possible, as safe as possible.
Awesome. That's good to hear, and I'm glad that all the safety precautions for your crews while you're out there. Just for my clarity, December 1st is kind of the window you guys hope to put the bow on this project?
That's correct. December 1st the entire project should be done.
All right. Chris, I really do appreciate you taking the time to speak with me about this. Those were all the questions that I had, but I always like to open it up at the very end for you guys, the guests, to was there anything that I failed to bring up that's important for the viewers that they need to know, understand about what's going on?
No, I think we hit it pretty good. It's maybe one thing when we do close the eastbound structure a lane at night. Also, there's a walk path, an ADA walk path that goes across the Missouri River that will be closed as well.
That's a good point. I should have asked you about that. Is that walk path there? That's in that May and June window as well when it closes?
Correct, for that 70-day period, and we're anticipating May and June. The walk bridge adjacent to that's on the bridge, it'll be closed as well. There's also the access ramp that gets you down and goes under the bridge to the river access. That'll be closed at times when we're working above it, but that'll be open all other times.
Sure. And if you don't have the number right in front of you, this was one other question I should have asked. Do you have a price point on the project?
I do. I can get you a good number here. $4,125,000 is the total cost of the bridge.
All right, Chris, I really appreciate it. If there's anything you need from us or we can do for you, please let me know. I do appreciate your time, and that'll be that. I think we're done here. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Dad. Take care.
Have a great day. Bye now.